Okay, so what you want to do first after you get the zip file that has the extension in it, you want to extract the file, and you want to basically just remove this part of it. You want to just extract it directly into this directory since it already has a folder within the zip file. So yeah, what you should see is something like this, and you can then open with code, with Visual Studio Code, and you should be able to get that. And then you can check out the README for instructions. It has a preview option, which makes it look nicer and easier to read. So the VS Code version that we have is about version 1.103 or so. That's more than enough for running the extension. So you also need Git, Python, and Node.js. So in order to check that you have what you need, you can just check your terminal. So I already have the required things here, and yeah, so I'm gonna be using Conda for mine. So I already have Conda here, albeit a lower version, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. And I have PowerShell since I'm on the Windows system. So with that going, I already have most of everything I need to use. Now you may or may not need to do this for your own installation regarding Conda, since you don't, if you notice, mine doesn't have the base hook here. So that's because my system is quite restrictive with that. So what you can do is that if you've downloaded Anaconda, there should be a Anaconda PowerShell prompt, so you can actually just open that up by running this script, which just opens PowerShell within PowerShell. It's like a subshell that you can essentially just like run the commands that you need, and you just run this entire script in here. So I'm just going to copy this. And then we're going to paste this here. And you can just see the command here. And then that will then load the thing ensuring that you do have Conda active. Because if you don't, the Conda activate command might not work. But chances are on your system, you might not need to do all these hurdles. So if you don't happen to have any of the requirements that I listed above, you can get them by just doing a simple search and then downloading whatever you need for your system. And the setup instructions are fairly straightforward, so it shouldn't be much issue. So yeah, for just one note about Node, I use the MSI installer for my Windows system, but you can use the zip as well. Another thing that you need for running the extension is that you need a Git repository that has Java files in it. So I just got this repository from GitHub, and it's just a calculator made using Java. And yeah, since it has Java files in it, we're just gonna test out the extension with this. So I'm just gonna do a little demo. I'm gonna go back to the VS Code. So we're gonna navigate to the instructions. Oh yeah, one more thing. The Git extension for Visual Studio Code, that's just this. So like it typically already comes with it, so you don't need to install it separately. Okay, so as for the setup, just go to step 1. We're in the correct directory. We're in the root directory, so we'll just run npm install. And while that's installing what it needs to do, the next thing, I'm going to be using the environment.yaml file here. So since I have conda, I'm able to go with this option. And since I'm a Windows user, I'm going to use this command. Oh. Forgot to change the path. Okay. Yeah, forgot to change the path there. So we're just going to go here, and then we can just copy the absolute path to this directory. And we can just change it. And with that, we also need to just correct this / since Windows uses backslashes. Just confirm that both of these two paths are the same. And then you can copy the command and use it in your terminal. And then you can paste that. And then that should be creating the virtual environment. Oh, I see. Had a little bit of an issue here. You got the wrong path there. Okay, yeah, so now this should work. Just confirm. You can just confirm that everything is yeah, okay. These paths are the same and everything seems to be declared, so we'll just copy it and we'll paste that into our terminal. And yeah, alternatively, you could also use the requirements.txt, but the conda installation tends to be much cleaner. So as you can see, the virtual environment has been activated, and we can just check that doing something like this. And we see that it is it's the pip that matches this essentially. Okay, so what we next need to do is just copy this command and then paste it in here to train the model. And oh, just check our installation here. Okay, seems like the installations were not made. Okay. Okay, so we'll just attempt the command again to install the dependencies. Okay, so we can just go with the second option then, since the first option doesn't appear to be working. So we can just delete the virtual environment, but first of all we need to deactivate it. And then we can delete it. Okay, so with that deleted, we can just create a virtual environment manually. Okay, and that should create the virtual environment. The next of which you do is you need to activate it. Oh, right. For Windows users. Yeah. So, yeah, we didn't run into that issue, so we'll proceed with the pip install. Yeah, and while that's doing, we'll just need to retrain our model after it's done. So hopefully pip should install without any issues. We'll just copy the command already. It might take a while to resolve dependencies. But yeah, here are just some alternate instructions if you wanted a data set to use. You just need to make sure that the header has the following here. And you just update the file path variable so that it's the path to your data set, if you have a different one other than the one that has been provided as a demo in the data processing datasets directory here. Then after that, you just run the same command that's over here. Okay, so Pip was able to install the required dependencies, and yeah. Right, so we can then proceed with the next few commands that we already copied. It looks a little wonky here. So yeah, after that, the program is already run, and yeah, you should see something like that when you're running yours. Okay, so with regards to actually running the extension, and after that run, you should see this directory be created with these files in here. So you then just press F5 to launch the plugin. And just open the directory with a Git repository that has Java files like this one. And then the way it works is that after you make a change, you save that change by how you usually save a file, Control S. So I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to just add one line here, and I'm going to save it. And then you should see a message here that says save detected. That's processing the metrics. And then after a few seconds, there should be another message that says that the metrics processing is done. So when you see something like that, you can then go to the command palette with Ctrl-Shift-P, and then you can type in view explanations, and then it's already here. So we can just click on that, and then you can choose from the 4 different types of visualizations. You have our aggregated one, which combines all these 3 explanations, and then also displays the final aggregated explanation. So this one's the lime, SHAP, and breakdown. It's pretty small, but those are the ones they have here. You can confirm that by checking that this is the lime. It's the same one as over here, and this is the SHAP, the same one as the one that's over here. And breakdown's a little different, but it's the same values. So yeah. And whenever you make any changes, let's say if I oh yeah, you can also, one more thing, you can predict the commit risk with that, and you can also make changes to that. And when you save your changes, the visualizations will be reloaded after the metrics processing are done. So the visualizations have been reloaded, and you can also predict commit risk again, and then you can see that the code is slightly buggy. So that's basically how you use the extension. And yeah.